It's the Odd Drunk Podcast, a very strange podcast. The drunkest show in the world. It's Jackson and Colton talking out of their ass. We don't care as long as drinks are poured. Sometimes we have our friends here. We will talk about anything. We don't care as long as we have beer. And if you let that whiskey ring. The Odd Drunk Podcast.
You say top of the morning.
I can't do a good Irish.
No. Say top of the morning. Say it.
Top of the morning.
And the rest of the day to you. Do you know that's the proper response to
That's
it?
the proper. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, everybody. So what are we talking about today?
We're
Tonight.
it's St. Patrick's Day.
There you go.
As it's come.
Just need a little more drink in you. know?
We're recording.
Don't even
this
say
comes
it.
out the day after St. Patty's Day is when we're releasing this episode.
So you can, listen to this while you're recovering from your epic hangover.
Yeah.
Because that's always going to ensue on St. Patrick's Day. Or, after. Sometimes on it.
Yeah.
Depends how early you start drinking. Yeah. We both have a lot of assignments due on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
But at least that means they have to be due.
Yeah, it means
So, then we won't have anything to worry about.
I have to turn in my my big paper
Yep.
that afternoon, which means I have the evening to do whatever I
Same.
want.
Yep.
We're talking about St. Patty's Day also because we've somehow never done a
We've
St.
somehow
Patty's Day
never done it
episode.
before. I think I remember we really wanted to, but we were also busy with school before.
Yeah, we've
and I
never did it.
Well, and the whole reason was we wanted to actually be able to celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
But this time, in fact, this year lately, we've been a little bit more smart about episodes, recording them ahead of time. Even this isn't recorded ahead of time.
No.
Don't worry about it. Don't want to break the illusion. And the previous episode wasn't recorded the same. Don't worry about it.
We like St. Patrick's Day here.
It's one of our favorite holidays. I mean, think about it. It's the every holiday gives you an excuse to drink an excessive amount of alcohol.
Yeah.
Christmas, especially.
But St. Patrick's Day, it's the main thing.
That's the main thing you do. There's not even like a facade around it, really.
Yeah.
Especially here in America. Like the religious context of it. Most people don't think or care about that. It's about you wear green and you drink an excessive amount of alcohol.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Guinness and Jameson.
And hopefully
and Irish car bombs.
You do it with your friends.
Hopefully. And you're not sad.
I did. I don't know if it was this last year or the year before that, but it was, COVID.
Well, wait. We'll get to that.
Yeah,
because the whole theme of this episode... We have contemplated before, talking about Celtic mythology or whatever, leprechauns and such, which that could happen in the future, if this episode does good enough. So give it some downloads, check out our Linktree below. And we've had some drinks before this, but that fits the theme of it.
But if y'all want to hear some Celtic mythology, let us know.
Yeah.
We
could always do
after April.
Yeah, after April would be nice, actually.
So we'll actually have the time.
But, and we could always do more cryptids. And, last time, check out our cryptids episode.
Oh, yeah. Great
We
episode.
focused primarily on American cryptids.
Yeah.
We scratched the surface. So, we could do more of that. But anyways, we're going to be telling... And this wasn't a last-minute thing we came up with. We're going to be telling, and this is something we haven't done before, so at least give us credit on that. We're going to be telling St. Patrick's Day stories. Okay, our own personal stories and occurrences on St. Patty's
stuff
Day.
We did. We have some stories that we were both there, and some
and
stories
then ones that we weren't both there because you know, and
I have a story that takes place in Italy.
I have
With your high school friend.
with my high school friend. Yeah,
Actually,
by coincidence.
I'm not sure.
You knew him before I
I'm
knew
not sure
you.
I actually hung out with him that specific night, but
He was there.
He was
and
on
I
that
remember
trip.
him talking about going on a trip to Italy, and I was like, "Well, fuck you," and he was like, "Well, fuck you too," and I was like, "Well, cool."
well,
You know?
I remember it was after I met you freshman year at our college, and I was back home with my parents for the
I
summer.
forgot we had a mutual friend, right?
Yeah, and I saw
him.
friend request me on Facebook. I was like, oh, I think I remember
And
that
then
guy.
I was like,
and it
the
said
mutual
one
friend.
mutual friend. I'm like, I
Me.
wonder who that is. It's probably someone I went on the trip with. And then
But
it was,
no, it's me.
It was you.
Yeah.
And I was like, son of a bitch.
Isn't it funny
And I
how
texted you. I'm like, do you know this guy?
Isn't it funny how the world works? In the before times of the podcast, me and Colton were destined.
The before time.
Yeah, the before times.
Most people think of, pre-COVID and post-COVID.
Well, the podcast is associated
It
with
lined up pretty
lines
closely.
up.
So we think of the world as pre-odd drunk and post-odd drunk.
pre-odd drunk, post-odd. Yeah. Our current odd.
We did start the podcast because we were bored during COVID mostly.
Yeah, and we couldn't go to bars and shit, and so
Yeah.
we're like, we always talk a lot of shit, so let's just record it. There's a little insight on the origins of the Odd Drunk podcast. Maybe that's an episode for a later day.
Yeah.
But if you're a fan, if you've been listening to us for a while, you would know. If you've been listening to us since Dad Rock and the dawn, the dawn, the pre-mythic era of the podcast,
Back
then
when
you
we
would.
recorded with one microphone plugged directly into my laptop.
Because you're like, we're just going to record a podcast, even though we don't have the equipment or anything. And look where we are now.
We have more than just one microphone.
We do have more than one mic.
We have
headphones. We have
microphones.
sound foam.
sound
Whoa.
foam and
Whoa, what's this? A sound net. I forget what they're
a
called.
sound net. A windscreen.
Windscreen. Yeah. So yeah, that was the Mythic era for the podcast. But yeah, somehow in over 80 episodes, we have not talked about St. Patrick's Day. Well, we're gonna do it now. And before we get into it,
we've not talked about much Irish stuff at all.
yeah, which is
At
weird.
any point, because we love
I know,
Irish
and
stuff. Like I have Irish tattoos. And
Yeah,
shit.
you have flogging Molly tattoos.
Like, how have we never talked about this? But
Well, here we are. But unfortunately, me and Colton, I mean, not a bunch, but we searched multiple places for Guinness. No Guinness. Like,
Yeah.
hopefully,
they're sold out.
at least the bars will have Guinness on tap. Hopefully, for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
But like, I haven't seen Guinness anywhere for a while.
If I can't get at least one Guinness on St. Patty's Day,
I failed. We failed.
Yeah.
We'll delete
I
this
know
podcast.
everyone. I know people who aren't real St. Patty's Day fans will drink like green beer and stuff.
Oh yeah,
No,
just green.
You drink Guinness.
Yeah, you drink it. But yeah, they'll drink like, like Coors Light
That's been
with
dyed green.
green food coloring.
I actually also like Guinness. Like
no, me too.
I don't just drink it for St. Patty's Day. I legitimately
and it's actually like one of the
like-
healthier beers.
it's
low on calories
It's got like the same amount of calories as like
as a seltzer,
as like
or
a-
less
yeah.
than some of them.
I actually like Guinness though. It's good.
Because
It's one of my favorite
it's a
beers.
stout. But unfortunately, we couldn't find Guinness. But
Yeah, so we both improvised.
everyone knows Guinness. Everyone gets Guinness for St. Patrick's Day. And we try to introduce, more local or niche or, different beers to you guys. So I've got for us and we've had this brewery multiple times on podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
They're one of the mainstays.
They pop up here and there.
But Breckenridge Brewery's Nitro Irish Stout.
I've had that one. It's pretty good.
I haven't had it before.
Yeah.
This is going to be my first time. It seems like it's just their version of Guinness.
And it's good. It's
Well, I'm going to try it right now.
try it. Oh.
And I'll pop another one on the mic just so you know I'm drinking it.
There he goes. He just drank a big swig of it.
Interesting. I would like to compare that to Guinness
Mm-hmm.
because it does feel slightly stronger on.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like a clone of
It's not a
Guinness.
clone exactly.
You can't replicate Guinness.
No, it doesn't. But it's a good imitation,
Yeah.
a good version
It's
of.
pretty good. It's pretty good. If you can't get Guinness, it's a good alternative.
And I like the green can. It makes sense.
It's a nice can.
With the emblem. It's got like a shield with the mountains and a castle and what appears to be two forceps or
Skis.
Skis.
They're skis because it's Breckenridge.
Ah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of
It's
sense.
in Colorado.
Yeah, which we have no
There's
relation
skis
to.
with the ski poles next to them.
There you go.
Yeah.
But
That's a good beer. I went with
now you went a different direction.
this I did not get a stout at all.
You did not.
I got an ale. I got a Scotch ale, which some might say is very anti St. Patrick's Day. But my family's a little bit Scottish, so I thought I could justify drinking a Scotch ale.
Irish, right?
Yeah, Scots Irish, something like that.
Yeah.
Our family immigrants like many generations ago, and it's hard to track exactly.
Yeah.
Your typical, a lot of Americans have that story in their family somewhere. But this is the Old Chub Scotch Ale from Oscar Blues. Not a super special beer because it's pretty common, but this is, fun fact, one of the first beers I ever tried.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It's a good beer.
I haven't had it in a while, but I remember enjoying it.
Yeah. It's there's not much to say about it. It's a Scotch ale. If you've read a Scotch ale, you kind of know what to expect.
Now, I believe this the Breckenridge one, the Nitro Irish Stout, is seasonal for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, they
March.
only bring it out. The last time I had it was about this time last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as seasonal beers go, it's good.
Yeah, definitely is good. I might have to, when you leave tonight, trade you a couple of these for one of those because those are bigger cans. And I'm assuming
Don't worry, I don't have Rona.
I'm assuming because it's Breckenridge more expensive than these. These aren't expensive. It's like 14 it was like $14 for like a 12-pack.
I've got a. I forget how much the pack was, honestly.
I did not.
At least a
I did not
12-pack.
intend to buy a 12-pack today, but there wasn't a lot of options for stouts and Scotch ales and stuff. So I decided to go with this, and I just bought it.
Yeah, I got a 12-pack of this, if my calculations are correct, because I didn't really look at the price because they didn't have one. It was just like on the display, and I was like, oh, I got to get that.
Yeah,
Probably it was like about $15 or so.
you're like, it's not gonna be like $30. So
Well, I'm doing good enough financial,
yeah.
with all that podcast money. I wish.
Yeah.
I wish. But so yeah, we're gonna be it's a loose episode.
We
So
should. I was thinking it'd be fun if we've talked about setting up a Patreon at some point. We should set up a system where people can buy us a beer.
I would love that.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
We'll give you a beer
No, I don't want to promise that.
across state lines.
That sounds like a hassle. Anyway, yes. What you were saying?
And also, I'd be lying to you guys if I wasn't drinking the same liquor as I was last episode. I've got the Bumbu.
Yeah, we're not such alcoholics
XO
that we
Reserve.
drink a whole bottle of liquor in one
Each
week.
episode. But yeah, just to mention it again, you heard it last episode. But if you're new to us, check out some of our older episodes and also check out our Instagram. I just got to get that away. Instagram, it's all in our Linktree. And I think we might have to fix those, but you'll be able to access it. Don't worry about it. I'm a little drunk now. But I got the Bumbu Reserve XO. It's an all black bottle. And we've had this rum company's rum before, but this one is a stronger 40% alcohol by volume compared to their regular one, which is 35%.
Yeah.
The other one is a little bit more on a liqueur angle. sweeter, but it's good. I mean, I really enjoy it.
Still pretty tasty.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not one of those guys like, ugh, it's got to be, it's got to be strong. It's got to have a bite for it to be valid or whatever. Like, get out of here. Fuck you. Like, honestly, any like liquor snobs, get out of here. That's not the kind of podcast we're running. We just like drinking, okay? We're not too picky about it, honestly. Now, we won't stoop down to like Sky Vodka
Coral Bay or
honestly, Bacardi even.
Kentucky Delight.
Kentucky Delight. Oh, jeez, man. Why would you? Yeah.
What's that Canadian whiskey that's really bad?
Canadian Mist.
Yeah.
We won't go down that low. But we just like drinking for the sake of drinking. And what's not a better holiday than St. Patrick's Day to drink for the sake of drinking?
Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna tell some stories. Who wants to kick it off? Who's got a good story? Or do you want to save yours?
No. I have many good stories. As a St. Patrick's Day connoisseur, the first time that I went out and celebrated St. Patty's Day, like in a not lame way, was I mentioned I was in Italy one year.
Do you want to save that one?
No. I'm just going to move chronologically.
All right, let's go
here.
chronologically. All right, let's go.
The best of my memory.
All right, yeah, let's go.
I was in Italy. It was a school trip. We were in Florence. And I was a teenager. So this was the
underage.
So this is the first time
not underage in Italy? Or still?
At the time, yes, but nobody cared.
Nobody cared. Okay, there you go.
I think the drinking age in Italy is 18, but like it used to be like years ago it was 16.
Honestly,
so still like nobody enforced it.
I don't want to get too political here, but honestly, the drinking age should be 18. Let's be real, because 18 you're legally an adult. 18 you can go to war and get blown up. You know. So you should be able to have a drink at least. At that point.
Either the drinking age should be 18 or the age to enlist should be 21. And
that should be.
And
they're not going to do
that. Yeah.
No, they want us young and healthy. And you know what? It's not going to be until we're 34 until we're not ineligible for the draft, I think. In our 30s. So we're still, given political climate right now.
Well, actually, it's 26.
Is it 26?
But there's a historical precedent that they've always extended the draft to.
Oh, yeah.
Technically, it's 26, but if they ever enacted the draft, they would extend it.
Yeah.
To, like, I think it was like, 40,
around
40,
30,
35.
not 40. No way it's 40.
35, 40 is like what they did in like World War II. And
if it's like a drastic fucking situation.
Well, every time they've enacted the draft, they've extended it to like 35 or 40.
Yeah, because it's like,
But technically, it's 26.
Oh, so okay. A couple more years. But who knows what these next couple of years could entail. But anyways, get back to your story.
Horrible
things.
We were in Italy and we were staying in a hotel that happened to be across the street from an Irish pub.
An Irish pub in Italy.
Yeah, and we were in a decent hotel. It was down the street from the Duomo. So what we did is it was a bunch of high schoolers. We did St. Patty's Day,
as you do,
and this school trip. It was
good timing.
It was one of these school trips where in the evenings.
If only you had a trip to like Dublin or something.
But it was one of those
flip cars.
It was one of those trips where, like, in the evenings when we weren't doing like the official tour stuff, our teachers didn't really give a fuck what we were doing.
Like after hours.
Yeah. Or our one of the days we were in Florence. We did a little tour in the morning. We went to a leather workshop, and then it was like 11 a.m. and the teacher was like, "All right, we'll meet you back at the hotel at 6 because we have a dinner reservation."
So you have a lot of free.
So they were just like,
wiggle room.
Just go do things.
Just go. Get out of hair.
So, so I remember we all like, let's go out for St. Patty's Day. Let's go drinking. And we all went down to the lobby, and our teacher was down there, and she was like, "What are you all doing? because we had spent some time in Rome before Florence, but Rome we were staying outside
Nice.
the main city, so it was much more difficult for us to actually go out in the town. So this was our first night that we decided to actually go out. And the teacher's like, "What are you doing?" And we were all like, finally someone spoke up, like, "We're gonna go out for St. Patty's Day."
Now, was Jared in your group for the St. Patty's Day shenanigans?
I
We
don't
won't say his last name.
I don't
Don't worry about
recall
it.
that
There's a lot of people named Jared.
I don't recall that he was.
Okay.
I mean, he might have been.
I don't think he would be the guy.
I had hung out with him like that day, but I don't recall him being with me. At least not for much of it.
Okay.
No, these were my California friends that I was
Right,
hanging out with
yeah.
that night. Maybe he was there. I just don't recall. So we went out, big group. I guess finally, one of us was like, "Well, we're gonna go out for St. Patty's Day," and the teacher was like, "Okay, be safe."
Yeah, because he knows.
Yeah. So
or she knows.
Yeah,
Sorry.
she.
Sorry for assuming.
So she went back to her room, and we went out. And we went to the Irish pub, and it was a small Irish pub where it was two separate rooms. One was just the bar with the bar stools, and no other room for seating.
Oh, okay.
And then a separate room where there's some booths.
I appreciate that.
And what I remember is we all went in, and we were all like, "It's really crowded in here. Let's leave." So we left, and we were walking down the street in Florence, and this is, the old town Florence too.
Oh, okay.
And me and my buddy Jeff and Mayron were like, because Mayron is like, there's a couple other people that wanted to go out with us that are still at the hotel getting ready. Let's go back for them and let this group do what they want, because we don't really actually want to hang out with them. So we did that, and then we went back to the Irish pub, and there was no one in there, only a few people. And it turns out it was crowded because a big group of teenagers had walked in there. Us.
You.
Yeah.
You
So
guys.
now that most of my classmates had gone off to do other things, and it was just like our small group now. It was we went to the Irish pub.
Now you can get going.
Yeah. And we went in there, and there were two American guys at the bar
Oh, there you go.
And-
There's someone to talk to.
who were from Orange County.
Of course.
I'm not from Orange County for people listening, but I'm from nearby Orange County. So we got some drinks.
Don't dox Colton.
And we sat down, and I recall that my friend Jeff got really drunk. And I got pretty drunk too. I got pretty drunk too because
As you do.
we were drinking Guinness, because that's what you order.
That's what you do.
But I went on this trip being seemingly the only person there other than the teachers who had any experience drinking.
Yeah.
So I was drinking, and we had several of the girls that were with us being like, "This is gross. This Guinness. I don't want it." Colton, do you want to finish it? So of course,
I've
finished
noticed
them.
something. Like, why it does. Okay. I'm swimming in some dangerous waters here. But it does seem like Guinness is more of a guy beer.
Depends.
Unless the person just happens to be like a connoisseur.
Yeah, I don't know. My sister doesn't like Guinness a whole lot.
Oh, really?
Neither does my dad, though.
But your dad.
My dad especially, he's a beer snob.
Guinness
My
is...
sister, she doesn't hate it. She just doesn't prefer it.
Guinness are just Irish stouts, as we have here.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's got that coffee kind of taste to it. But it's smooth. That's what I really appreciate. It's not carbonated.
Yeah.
It's nitro,
Yeah.
and it's smooth. And
Guinness is easy to drink unless it's really hot out.
It's God, you're gonna make me barf.
But like, I don't get as much
It's-
like that stomach and gas.
But
and
like
shit
for
when I
March,
drink Guinness.
especially if you're in a place where it's still pretty cold in March.
Yeah.
And lately, I've noticed, I won't say where, but even back home, like they're gonna get snow and like it's cold, like colder than us. Like Guinness is great for that time of year, and I don't know, man. Like I rather have a Guinness than just a generic like Budweiser any day.
Oh, absolutely.
Like-
I legitimately like Guinness. It's good.
I don't know.
But-
Guinness is.
But yeah, anyway, we were in the bar and we were drinking, and I was trying to get people to sing Irish songs,
Yeah, of course.
but nobody else knew the words to Irish songs, so it was just me drunkenly singing Irish songs. And then the girls that were with us,
I could only imagine.
yeah, they went back to their hotel room because they were tired, and me and Jeff and Mayron went out walking through the streets of old
Drunk.
Renaissance Florence. Drunk. Specifically me and Jeff. I don't recall how drunk Mayron was, if he was at all. I don't think he drank very much, if anything, honestly. I don't recall. But what I remember is that we were walking to the streets, and Jeff, because we were in Florence, so he was trying to do parkour.
Because you're in Florence. Because Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
of
Yeah.
course.
And I recall him like trying to jump off the wall. Like imagine Michael Scott doing the parkour and him doing parkour and going, "I'm Ezio. Look,
Parkour.
yeah." And
I remember my
we
parkour phase.
Yeah, and we passed by a McDonald's.
I got hurt a lot.
And it was a McDonald's. It was
McDonald's.
It was a weird McDonald's where it was again.
Did they have a McPasta, perhaps?
I don't recall. I didn't look at the
Or
menu.
one of the pizzas.
I didn't get anything at McDonald's. But we passed by and it was a McDonald's. It was almost like it was like a cutout in the building where there was just a counter.
You know, this
Like
is
there's no seating, it was open.
this is a bit of a side tangent here. But you know, McDonald's had pizza during the like mid to late 80s.
Really?
And it was discontinued in the early 90s. And it had like whole tomatoes on it and like lettuce and like broccoli
That's
and
weird.
pepperoni bits. And they started out serving that pizza as a whole pizza for the family, like family size, like a whole pizza. But then they went to single serve, or like the small versions of. And then
And it just got so small, it kept getting smaller and smaller.
from what I've heard,
until they couldn't sell it anymore because they couldn't find them because they
Well,
were too small.
apparently it took 11 minutes to cook the pizza, which doesn't go with McDonald's fast food, whole like religion or not. Not
Their
but their policy,
Yeah.
yeah. McDonald's is a religion. I'm drunk, but which fits with this. But apparently, and it should be a quest for us. There is a McDonald's, I think in Orlando or Miami, Florida, that still serves pizza. And I want to just see.
I want to try it.
It's probably the worst pizza you ever had. I
Yeah.
mean, even frozen pizza would probably be better. But I would imagine that an Italian McDonald's, I feel like they would have to have the pizza, right?
I don't know.
But it would be like
I don't know. I mean, I had
sacrilegious thing.
I had pizza in Italy, but like people talk about like, oh, did you have
What
pizza?
is pizza
you ha-
like in Italy?
It's pizza. I mean, the pizza I had was like a thin crust pizza. That's apparently more common over there.
No, but what's like traditional pizza like?
I'm not an expert on pizza.
Pizza lore?
I went to one pizza place like there, and it was apparently pretty traditional, and it was more thin crust.
I love thin crust.
It
honestly.
was
I
thin
can get
enough.
behind
It
that.
was easier to eat with a knife and fork.
When it's crispy.
But like,
Was it crispy though?
yeah, it was pretty crispy.
Like a.
Yeah.
I love
It
like
was
the
good.
thin crust pizza when it's like a cracker
Yeah,
and then you have
it was good though. But like, is it the best pizza I've ever had? No, because just because it was made in Italy doesn't make it good pizza.
Where do you stand on pizza?
I love pizza.
Well, duh. I mean, we all do.
I eat
right?
pizza like every other day.
Deep dish, Chicago style, or New York? New York
Yeah,
or Chicago?
I'm
What do
more
you
of a New York style.
generally, but I
Yeah,
do
but
like
but
like
deep
as-
dish can be really good.
as far
though.
as Domino's goes. Like if you're getting delivery, I think their deep dishes can be good, but otherwise it's super doughy and horrible.
Anyone listening in Chicago right now is gonna like be angrily commenting.
Oh yeah,
being like, "That's not deep dish."
right. No, that's not what a real deep dish is.
Yeah.
Chicago or whatever
But,
they say.
No,
But anyways,
I
go on.
generally lean towards a New York style.
Yeah.
No, but we walked
Big
by the
size.
McDonald's, and my friend Jeff was like, "Guys, I need a cookie." So we went to the McDonald's, and
They actually have good cookies, but I'll tell
Yeah.
you, Subway.
Oh yeah,
Their
I buy
cookies.
their cookies. Yeah,
Yeah.
But so we went to the McDonald's, and he got a cookie, and when we were walking down the street again back towards the hotel, I remember he was eating it, and at one point, like, he took its first bite, and he was like, "This is the worst cookie I've ever had." And then not
However-
even 10 seconds later, he was like, "Guys, this cookie is so good. You need to try
And
it."
was he the drunk one?
Yeah, he was drunk.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
You can eat anything when you're drunk. Let's be real.
So that was my first night out at a bar ever.
Ever.
Because
In
I was,
Italy.
because I was underage.
Well, because in America, that's
So
not going to fly.
I was only allowed to do that because I was in Italy.
Unless you have a fake ID, which I never messed with.
I never did
messed with
fake
that.
ID,
Yeah,
no.
fuck that. Like, I mean, dude,
I just went to a bar and hoped that they didn't.
to
card
any
me.
of our teenage listeners, I don't know how many of you listen to us. It's not worth it. Okay,
Yeah.
because once you turn 21, you're going to be able to drink for the rest of your life, and you're going to just keep getting older and then keep getting sadder, and just enjoy your teenage years. Don't risk it, okay? Don't risk getting in trouble over it.
Fake IDs are stupid.
It's
Yeah.
really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And, you know, once you turn 21, you're good, man. I mean, go drink all you want.
Yeah.
Like, but don't. I mean, be responsible, but you know, don't drink and drive, obviously. But you know, the way I looked at it, I mean, I don't think of myself as a smart person, but I do think of myself as a forward-thinking person. And, you know, the way I looked at it, I was like, man, I can get my friends to buy me drinks. My dad will let me have some beers every once in a while, like a couple,
Yeah.
you know. But once I turn 21, I'm going to be able to drink for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Don't risk it. And on St. Patty's Day, I'll tell you some stuff I liked about my St. Patty's Day before I could drink, before I drink.
Yeah.
It was still fun. And this kind of goes with a lot of stories, a lot of different eras of my life. But like my mom would always make corned beef and cabbage.
Mm.
We would always enjoy that kind of stuff. Soda bread, Irish soda bread, which
Oh.
I can't seem to find that many places here.
You got to make it, man.
No, I know you got to make it, and she made some sometimes. But
It's
like,
actually not that hard to make.
Albertsons, or no, not Albertsons. What were they called? I just remember this one particular grocery store back home that had like good ass soda bread.
Yeah.
And Irish soda bread, you can help me, but it's basically like, it's not necessarily like a sweet pastry. It kind of crosses the line between just like a good ass bread,
It's kind of
And pastry.
It's kind of spongy.
spongy. It's got like some fruit in it, like
Yeah.
raisins. It's got some
Sometimes
sweetness.
you can put stuff like that in it.
But it also pairs well with like soup and
well,
stuff.
that's the point of Irish soda bread is you're supposed to like dip it in soups and stews and
But
shit.
like some of them converge on a little sweeter, more pastry like. Some of them are more good for like sandwiches and soups.
Yeah.
But I love Irish soda bread, and that's
Oh,
one of my fondest memories of St. Patrick's Day, honestly. And also, you know, with my family, especially my sister, she was a big contributor to this and my whole horror movie, you know,
Did you watch
aspirations.
the Leprechaun?
we watched The Leprechaun like every
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day. Like she insisted on it because it was funny. You have Warwick Davis and like, man, like it's crazy stuff. And it kind of became a tradition to watch The Leprechaun on or around St. Patrick's Day for us. And we would have soda bread and cornbread cabbage and like potatoes, you know, of course potatoes, like, man. It's like
Yeah.
I had good St. Patrick's Day before I drank. And you can continue with your story in a moment, but I have another
that
story.
was my story.
Oh, that was your
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
So
We went back to our hotel and went to bed.
before I could drink, like way when I was underage, like I was 13, I remember we have this really amazing, at least in my opinion, Irish pub, Kilkenny's.
Yeah.
Called Kilkenny's. And apparently like all the wood, basically everything in the restaurant is imported from Ireland.
There are
But the tiles are from Italy. Like it's really specific.
I know of one at least one company that does this, but I think there's multiple companies that specialize in the idea of opening authentic Irish pubs
in America.
So you open an Irish pub, you contact this company, and they will import.
That might be the company that worked
like,
through
the wood and the bar from Ireland and all that stuff.
But dude, they would have the fucking potato pancakes or whatever they call it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Like they had the seafood one with lobster and shrimp, and like, oh man, it was amazing. But like their fish and chips are amazing. Like they had
I love a good
big ass cod, big ass fried cod,
man,
like crispy and light. And
man, I am so disappointed that our Irish pub closed down,
dude. The Irish Embassy, yeah, that's sad, man. COVID fucked it, but the management was bad even before COVID.
They were, yes,
really bad. Yeah. But yeah, I do miss that, dude. I really miss that. That was like a cornerstone of this town.
Yeah.
But I remember there was a St. Patty's Day parade I went to. I was either 13 or 14, around that age, and this like local punk band played. Like this, they were like an Irish punk band.
Nice.
And they had like green ties on and stuff, and get into it. And there was a St. Patrick's Day parade, and we went to Kilkenny, super packed, 3-hour wait time. We were waiting forever. Finally got in there, super packed and loud in there. You know what it's like to be like in a loud pub.
Yeah, yeah.
Where it's super packed, but it doesn't. That's kind of part of the experience. Now, I've been to this pub on the slow days, like for breakfast and stuff, and I equally love it. But for me, there is something about like being in that kind of environment. Even before you can drink.
See, my experience with Irish pubs, my favorite time in an Irish pub, not when it's like no one's in there, but when it's not so crowded that I can't, find a place to sit,
wiggle room,
and be, eat in peace type of thing. I like eating in peace, but still having the ambiance.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of in between. It's not busy, but it's not dead in there either.
They always had like even on regular days besides the holidays, or like even for like Christmas or whatever, they always had people on bagpipes playing and stuff like that, which is more of a Scottish thing, but Irish also.
It's also Irish, yeah.
No, yeah, but people more associate it.
So Americans associate it with Scottish,
but it's Irish thing too.
It's just as Irish, yeah.
But they always had live bands.
It's the same thing. Kilts are also Irish as well.
Yeah. They always had live bands wearing kilts, playing the fiddle, and all the Irish instruments, mandolin and everything.
Yeah.
That was always fun. But I remember it was St. Patrick's Day. I was like 13. And obviously I couldn't drink. I was far from it. I wouldn't, try it, or my dad wouldn't, I couldn't drink. But it was fun, and I always liked St. Patrick's Day even before I could drink. But now that I can drink, even more.
Yeah.
Even more so. But I remember, I have a significant memory of, I don't remember a lot of that night, but I do remember me and my sister, she was like 18 at the time. So like legally an adult, but she couldn't drink yet or anything. But that's not really part of the equation here. But I remember we went to this guy. He was wearing like a leprechaun hat. He was like dressed up as a leprechaun. He was like selling balloons and glow sticks and stuff. And me and my sister went up to him, and we were going to buy some balloons and glow sticks, just for funsies. And I was a kid, and I had no like conception of, I guess, finance, like buying stuff, like just anything like that.
Yeah.
I was just like, I can just go off and do my thing. And I remember this guy was such an insistent fucking asshole. My sister clearly stated to him that she would be buying my shit, my glow sticks and shit. And she told me that, I'll buy your stuff. Well, he handed over the glow sticks and the balloon, like all green, of course, because St. Patrick's Day. Little orange in there, but if you wear mostly orange, you're considered Northern Irish.
Yep.
And don't
Fights.
don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it, okay?
Not everywhere though.
Not everywhere, but it's
I've
generally a good idea to
I've been
just
to places on St. Patty's
stick
Day
to the green.
where there is a mentality of, all Irish are Irish,
Right, but in general,
but there is a historical
stick to the
conflict
green.
there.
Stick to the green. Because
yeah.
Northern Irish, they align with the British, whatever. There's a lot of politics.
It's a
to
Protestant Catholic thing.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But,
It's very complicated.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
But and also my young years as like celebrating St. Patrick's Day before I could drink. The whole pinch you if you're not wearing green thing.
I fucking
fuck
hated
you, man.
that.
Especially nowadays. Like if I go to a bar and if I'm not wearing green on St. Patrick's Day, for one, I always do because I just live St. Patrick's Day. But however, if someone pinches me, oh, you're asking for it, man.
Yeah, I'm like,
You're asking for a foot in
like-
your ass, man.
like-
Like, fuck you. And I remember, like, in elementary school and shit, kids would, like, be so into that. They would abuse it. Like, if anyone wasn't wearing green, or even if, like, you could be wearing green, like, undershirt, but it's not, like, clearly obvious, they would be like, oh, I gotta pinch you. No.
Yeah.
Don't fucking touch me. Don't pinch me.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
the worst. Was like when I technically
It's the worst
was wearing
thing.
something that was green and someone would still try to pinch me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Are you asking for a beating?"
That whole thing's stupid because, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, you wear green.
Mm-hmm.
But don't assault anyone. Don't pinch anyone for not wearing green. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
if someone doesn't care about it, I'm like, okay, go along your way. Like, I'll do my thing. But anyways, this guy was selling the balloons and glow sticks, and he gave me my stuff, and I knew my sister was going to pay for it, and she was still talking to him, and I just walked off. Right? And me being a 13-year-old, I thought that was fine. And he came up to me. He's like, you think you could just steal my shit? Like, walk off of my shit? Like, he was obviously drunk. He was drinking.
Yeah.
And my sister was like, oh, I'm going to pay for his stuff. He was like, oh, he can't just walk off like that. It was like a big deal. And she paid for it. But I just remember the rest of my night, I was like, did he not realize that my sister was going to pay for it?
Yeah.
And also, did like he really think me as a 13-year-old cared or even knew about like what stealing meant in any capacity?
yeah.
It's like, fuck you, man. Like,
He sounds
You're-
like an asshole. to
you're a
me.
38-year-old man assaulting me, you know, about that, about balloons.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here, man. But I had a good rest of my night. But that's one of my earlier St. Patrick's Day tales.
yeah.
Man, I gotta pee. But yeah, I gotta pee. You think we could take a quick break?
All right. Yeah, we'll take a quick break.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, we're back.
Yeah, I just took a quick break. Take a leak, honestly. Because when you consume enough alcohol, you will have to pee, especially beer.
It happens.
It will happen.
It certainly happens.
But back to our story. So a recent one. So yeah, that guy was an asshole.
yeah. No, he sounds like an ass. He sounds like he was, yeah.
He was a clown.
being a dick.
He was literally a clown. I think that was his day job. Just being a clown. A dick of a clown. But we have some recent St. Patrick's Day stories. Not involve both of us in the before times, before the podcast. Have you? Our most epic one, maybe we can save that for last.
Yeah, yeah.
But I remember 2020 when COVID was like in full force, like really started.
yeah, it was just after.
We took the risk of having a St. Patrick's Day party, a small but
Yeah,
although
I don't
risky
remember
party.
much of that party, but I remember a couple things.
that means
Uh,
that you know that's an indicator of the alcohol that was
I
involved.
remember Bill poured out an almost whole Guinness because he thought someone had put something in it, not realizing that
Oh.
Guinness had the ball in the can.
Oh yeah, so for any of you layman's out there that aren't, you know, alcoholics like that doesn't drink a lot like us, Guinness in the can has a metal ball in it, and that helps mix it.
It's a little
or
plastic.
plastic,
ball. It's
yeah,
like a ping pong ball.
but it's got a ball in it, and it
Yeah.
helps mix it and keep it
yeah, it's for the nitro part.
for the
nitro.
nitro,
Keep it smooth.
nitrogen,
Yeah.
and much like a can of spray paint will have a ball in it,
Yeah.
a metal ball in it to keep it mixed. But yeah, that helps keep it smooth. But Bill or Dave, whoever we refer to,
Dave Avatar.
he's been on this podcast before.
Yeah. No, he poured out it
But-
was at least half a can, if not close to full.
Because he thought someone slipped something in his drink.
He didn't specify that. He just thought something was in his drink, so he poured it out. He thought something
Yeah. I do
and
remember
I remember
that.
being like, "Do you mean the ball in the Guinness?"
And yeah, and I remember we explained that to him. But I remember before the party, it was a sad St. Patrick's Day because it's like, man, all the bars were closed. It's like, well, we gotta have our own thing.
Yeah.
And honestly, we weren't safe about it like we should have been or anything. But it was small scale.
Yeah, there
for the
weren't
most
a lot
part.
of people there. It wasn't
Yeah,
like a big party.
8 people maybe.
Yeah.
But it was, it still ended up being fun, but, yeah, I remember that, but I remember on my way there, I was excited, I was like, man, we always got to do St. Patty's Day right.
Yeah.
And I got, this, well, first I got just standard, I got Guinness. I think you had Jameson.
Yeah, I think I did have some
Yeah,
Jameson, yeah.
But I got Guinness and I got Irish,
I think several
cream liqueur.
of us had Guinness, yeah. Oh, I remember that
that's
cream
not
liqueur. I've
Yeah,
bought
Guinness.
that cream liqueur since because it was so good.
Well, wait. I just had the standard, whatever. I forget what brand it is. But just
like Bailey's.
I had Bailey's.
Yeah.
And I was trying to carry everything at once up the hill
Oh, yeah.
to your place. And I dropped the Bailey's, and I was so sad.
Yeah, because we wanted to do
Irish car
car
bombs.
bombs.
And, well, I ended up going back. And when I was at the liquor store before, one of the salesmen was telling me, you got to get the Goose Irish liqueur. And I was like, oh, maybe next time I'll try it. I'll just get Bailey's for now. Well, I broke that, wasted it. Well, I went back and got Goose, and it was good.
It
And
was
yeah,
really
we drank far too many Irish car bombs that day. I remember that.
Yeah,
And
it's a theme on St. Patty's Day.
it is the theme. And I
Um,
remember, I just remember it was depressing. It was sad. We were watching Dropkick Murphys on live stream, but not really.
No one was paying it. Dude,
No one was.
my St. Patty's Day last year was really sad because I did something for St. Patty's Day, but not on St. Patty's Day.
Didn't we go out or something?
Yeah, I think we went out, but it wasn't on St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
So on St. Patty's Day, I remember my girlfriend, she went to bed early. I think she wasn't feeling well. And I had paid for the live stream for Flogging Molly. Flogging Molly did a live stream.
Oh yeah, the Flogging Molly one.
And I just laid on the couch drinking whiskey and
Yeah.
watching a live stream of Flogging Molly.
But it's not invalid. That's not
no,
invalid.
that was my St.
Yeah,
Patty's
it's
Day.
sad though.
Yeah.
But I remember we got on our instruments and started trying to jam around, but I was drunk as shit.
Yeah.
We were all drunk as shit.
Every St. Patty's Day, it's like we try to play Irish music.
Yeah, and then
And it's not that
inevitably
none of us
don't.
know how to play Irish music. It's that we're too drunk to
Yeah, and then we
play
end
it.
up playing something else. But yeah, that's all I remember that one. It was kind of sad. I mean, I still had a fun time, but I remember drinking too many Irish car bombs. I do remember that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess kind of
Do you have anything notable from that one?
not from that one. I don't recall much from that.
Well, I think the sadder it gets and the less you have to do, the more you're gonna drink.
Yeah, that's true.
In general. However,
I mean, we've had some really good ones. So
our best, my best one was 2019.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna lead into that real quick.
Okay, lead into it.
So, for many years, my St. Patty's Day tradition had become, and this was around 2015, 2014 that I started this tradition.
Yeah.
Most of these years I went on St. Patty's Day to go see Flogging Molly play.
Yeah.
And when I came up to
Great Irish punk band.
live here, I started dragging people back to California with me. And in
Yeah.
2019, you came too.
I was one of those people.
And it was Flogging Molly playing with Face to Face. at
Yeah,
the
it was awesome.
Hollywood Palladium.
Yeah. And the way I recount that story. Well, we went to Venice Beach and stuff the day before and stuff, and like
Yeah.
just walked around and went around Hollywood. But like the day of on St. Patrick's Day, which is awesome, seeing Flogging Molly on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yeah, they
Like,
make a big event out of
yeah,
it.
you couldn't ask for anything better.
They did a whole like set up tents and shit outside where they had like another band playing and like
Yeah.
a bar set up, and I actually
$15 Guinness.
I went in there and it was super lame. So we left until the actual show.
But we went to
started.
another bar on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
And I
Because they were playing at the Palladium, which is on Sunset.
And I remember like the night before drinking wine with your dad.
I remember my dad was very he had like cigars and stuff, and was
and I turned those down.
really
'cause
excited to like share cigars.
I was
with all
really
of you
turned
guys.
off of cigars at that point because the last time I smoked a cigar, I smoked the whole thing in under an hour and I threw up.
Yeah,
And I hated it.
I don't smoke cigars very often. I enjoy them, but you have to
You have to take it
sit
slow.
for like 2 or 3 hours and enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
You don't rush that. Yeah. But I remember that, just drinking wine with your dad on your patio, so that was pretty good. But St. Patty's Day, so I remember, we went to the Palladium early, or like around the outskirts of it.
Yeah, to check out that little event they had going on.
Yeah, the event, the pre-show type thing, but everything was super overpriced. Like the Guinness was like
And I think
$12.
I had driven out there because with my girlfriend and my dad,
Well, yeah, we all
and
drove
you
out
and
there.
you drove out there with Caleb in his truck.
No, we all drove in Caleb's truck.
No, we all drove to California, but I mean from my parents' house.
Oh yeah, me
out
and
there.
Caleb.
So you
and
guys like
Bill.
went separately,
Yeah,
and I think my girlfriend went with my mom to get like a piercing or something.
me and Caleb for sure
Uh,
pre-gamed a little bit.
I pre-gamed too. I wasn't.
But
driving.
here's
I
the
wasn't
thing,
driving.
though. Here's the thing. I remember we were like, "Oh, this is bogus." It's cool. Like the bassist is DJing and stuff, but like
Yeah.
everything's overpriced. And we're like, but then we went to this bar that had like 40 beers on tap or whatever.
Yeah, and I remember because me and my dad went into the pre-show and we're also thought it was lame
And we just
And-
met up.
and just met up with you.
Yeah.
Like, we just found you guys.
And this bar was awesome. Like at least on St. Patty's Day, I don't know how they usually operate, but like their happy hour changed. Like the beers that were on sale, basically changed every hour.
Yeah, and the coolest.
And they had a ton of beers
and this
on
was
tap.
this was like a
And they had like a LED screen, like showing
Yeah.
you which beers were like,
bunch of beers. And,
Yeah.
and they had like charcuterie.
yeah, and they had like calamari.
So it's like a
calamari.
fancy
It
bar.
was nice.
But then they had, this is the best part, on the hour every hour they did $4 car bombs.
$4 car bombs too.
for
Yeah,
everyone.
on the hour.
Yeah.
And we did a lot of those.
We were there for like 3 hours.
And I remember your dad spent like $150 on us.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I didn't actually end up having to spend that much of my own money. Like I spent money on like some Guinnesses.
Yeah, he was very generous.
He
that
was
day.
very
Yeah.
generous. He's very nice. I think it's because like I don't know, just for St. Patrick's Day and like
Yeah.
we were all there and like it's your dad. And because your dad's cool. Shout out to Roger. Also, wait. Wait a second here. So, your dad left us a review. It's obviously your.
What was that?
I don't know. Sorry, it was
Yeah.
other podcast.
But yeah, my dad left us a review.
Your dad
He listened to the first
episode,
Dad Rock episode. Yeah.
and here's his review. That's the most recent review. Maybe we can highlight that one in a second. But highly recommended, 5 stars. So that's good. Raj Casey, we know who that is, your dad. And he said, great podcast, but their opinions on Dad Rock are all wrong. And Colton's dad never let him drink when he was a minor. Can you confirm this?
I cannot confirm that. I cannot confirm or deny.
He cannot confirm or
I'm gonna
deny.
play it safe.
So, Roger, if you happen to be listening to this one, Colton cannot confirm or deny that claim. But thank you for the 5-star review.
Yes.
And speaking of which, we have another review from this guy, Ridiculous Patronus 1. And this is one of the longer ones. But just to highlight it, and yeah, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts if you would like to. Tell us what we're good at. Tell us what we're bad at. And leave us a review rating on Spotify. They let you do a rating, but not a review.
Yeah.
But you have to listen to us enough to actually do that, which I appreciate. But this guy, Ridiculous Patronus 1, said, awesome, 5 stars, conversation hysterical. Great movie review breakdowns that are funny and intriguing. Chemistry that makes you feel like you're hanging out with these guys. You are hanging out with us. You're all our friends.
Yeah.
Awesome conversation commentary. Couldn't stop laughing on their opinions on Twilight. Go ahead and check out our Twilight commentary because he seems to like it. And if you like films, and we're not just a film podcast, but we do a lot of film stuff.
We do cover a lot of films and pop culture stuff.
But we also do a lot of other things, like this episode, and
Yeah.
like spooky stuff, and like weird, just whatever. But anyways, he said,
And that weird phase that we went through where we like to play like foghorn and storm sounds in the background.
yeah, maybe that phase will come back. But you couldn't stop laughing your opinions of Twilight. If you like films, this is a great add to your playlist. This is easy to listen to. It gives a great overall opinion on if each movie is worth the green light. Honestly, we're drunk. Don't trust our movie reviews.
Yeah, don't trust
Just
any
watch
of our reviews.
watch the movie yourself. And if you just want to listen to us for a laugh, then okay.
Just enjoy yourself.
Do that.
Yeah.
But form your own opinions. But looking forward to more. But thank you, Ridiculous Patronus 1. And also thank you, your dad.
Yeah, thanks, Dad.
And yeah, he claims that he never let you drink underage. So
I cannot confirm or
cannot
deny.
confirm or deny.
Yeah.
But
No,
anyways,
but we got
but I remember, dude, fuck.
drunk.
At least me personally. I'm not gonna speak for anyone else.
Yeah.
I was borderline blackout drunk before the concert.
Yeah.
Okay. And I remember, I don't know if it was your dad or Caleb that was like, hey, you should go to the coffee shop, take a leak, maybe get some coffee. I didn't get any coffee, but I did take a leak.
There was a coffee shop across from the venue.
Yeah, the human being. I remember that actually. But I refreshed, but I was fucking drunk. But like me and Caleb were both fucking drunk.
Yeah.
We were both just kind of hanging out together before the concert, like waiting in line, like making sure none of us do anything, basically.
Yeah.
However, so Face to Face start playing. Well, we were like in the ballroom of the Palladium waiting,
Yeah.
and I was still fucking drunk. I went to the bathroom again, I think, or at least Caleb did. And I remember Dave Avatar was wearing flip-flops. Or no, he was wearing
he's wearing like No, he was wearing like flip-flops.
sandals
Yeah, it was like flip-flops, yeah.
at a mosh pit.
Yeah. I remember I was
Not a good
pointing that
idea.
to him as being not smart.
Yeah. But, dude, I was so drunk before the concert. However, though, when Face to Face started playing and I was in a mosh pit, and I stayed in there the whole time.
yeah.
I stayed. I just love that shit. I love the physicality of it. And there
It's
was
so
a
fun.
skinhead asshole, but he got kicked out pretty promptly.
There's always one, but Flogging Molly shows are fun because there's a camaraderie and everyone's always on top of
And
that
he got
stuff.
kicked out. Yeah, he got bashed out. But, dude, I remember I pretty much sweated out the alcohol by the time Flogging Molly showed up.
Yeah.
I was still drunk, but I was more aware. Like I wasn't borderline
adrenaline.
Yeah, the
going.
adrenaline. I sweated it out. I wasn't borderline blackout anymore. And man, dude, I mean, honestly, one of my best memories is that concert at Flogging Molly.
That was so
It was
good.
so fun.
That wasn't a special. I've seen Flogging Molly like 7 times, and that was one of the better times.
Dude, it was so good.
Yeah.
And like not everyone's into mosh pits and shit, but I love that shit. And it was really fun. And once the skinhead was out, it was a pretty friendly situation.
Yeah.
I know you were pretty drunk.
Yeah.
Now you can tell me your story. But I remember like having to pick you up a lot. Because you were getting knocked down. Because your balance.
I was just going with the flow, and
Yeah.
sometimes. And so when Flogging Molly mosh pits, the 2 types of mosh pits that are really common in those are like towards the front. And I spent a lot of time in this spot was the sardine pit.
Yeah.
you're just it's like a wave, and you're just going with it, and you get knocked down.
I usually stick along like the edge of the circle. And
I do
I'll
that a
go
lot.
in for a bit.
I like the circle pits; those are fun.
Yeah, I'll go in for a bit, but then I'll stay in. And I kind of
Yeah.
ended up being the guy that was protecting like the girls and the smaller people. Like I legit elbowed people at that concert.
You have to. I mean,
Yeah.
I also just remember because
But luckily, no one got pissed off at me.
we were all drunk, and
Yeah.
there was this one
I had
guy
that drunk, like,
that
kinda
was
energy.
harassing my girlfriend.
Oh,
in
I
the pit.
remember.
And
I'm pretty sure I elbowed that guy.
she handled herself fine.
Yeah.
Like she did not need our help.
Right.
But I remember she told me about it, and it had already been like resolved because she can handle herself, and there's other people in the pit that are watching out for that sort of stuff.
No,
too.
yeah, there's
So
always
that
those guys.
That guy
the
already
good
It
Samaritans.
was already resolved, but she told me about it. It was after Face to Face played, so it was a little intermission before Flogging Molly came on.
Yeah, I
And I
remember
remember
that.
she told me about it, and I was just like, I can go get Jackson and Caleb. We'll beat the shit out of that guy.
Oh, yeah, I was so-
and,
dude.
And we were all
Okay.
like, yeah, point him out. We'll beat the
Dude,
shit.
I was me and Caleb, we were so fucking down for that because we were drunk as shit.
We were just like, let's go.
So
beat
even
someone.
if this guy was punching us hard as shit, we wouldn't really feel it.
Yeah.
We would feel it the next morning, have you? But we were drunk, so like we were ready. We wanted it. But luckily, no
No,
fights
yeah,
happened.
it
And I
was-
do not we do not condone any fighting.
No. And
You know,
never
but-
go into a mosh pit to start fights.
No. But defend yourself,
Yeah.
defend your girlfriend, defend your friends.
But we were drunk.
Because a
And we-
mosh pit is a
and we-
mosh pit.
And it didn't end. We didn't fight the guy because it was already resolved. My girlfriend was just telling me about it. Yeah, I remember we were all just like let's fucking go. Let's go
Yeah.
beat this guy.
Yeah.
But we didn't. I remember
Yeah.
before Face to Face came on, Matt Heckler played, who's a bluegrass.
Oh yeah, on the fiddle. That was
guy.
awesome.
And it was just weird but cool that
I was blackout
this
drunk at
guy
that
just
point.
comes out. This hillbilly guy comes out on stage by himself with a fiddle.
I was fucking
That's the opening
drunk at that point, dude. And I remember that morning, afternoon, we all dyed our beards and hair green, mostly
yeah.
beards. And I'm shaven again, which I regret. I want my beard back. I miss it, but it will grow back eventually. But my beards grow back fast. But I remember at that time I just had like a little I had facial hair, but not really a beard.
I have pictures.
But I remember yeah, I know you do. But I
somewhere.
remember I had that yellow beanie hat. I still have it
Yeah.
somewhere. And you guys were like, that's good. It's easy to find you out in LA, or on the beach because it's like a glowing fucking beanie hat. But I had a yellow beanie hat, and then your sister helped us dye all our beards green.
Yeah.
And we pre-gamed too. And we showed up to the fucking concert with green beards, sweated out at that point a lot, but still green beards and shit. And I had like fucking yellow beanie hat, but I kept it on so you guys could spot me easy.
Yeah. I've done face paint for Flogging Molly shows. I one show that I went with.
But yeah, we just went with dyeing our beards.
Yeah, I mean, what I did one year was I did like an Irish flag, like handprint, like the Urukai on my face.
Oh.
I did that one year.
Yeah, I think I've seen
And
that. I ended up in a scenario of Caleb and Bill the night after after the concert.
There you go.
We got to Wait.
That's the picture of us at the bar.
I love how me and Caleb went to dye our eyebrows green.
Oh yeah,
You didn't do that. But Caleb, for some reason,
he didn't dye his beard. He painted.
he literally
his
just painted his face.
Yeah.
Like me, you can see the distinction between my beard and my face, but Caleb
just painted it. Yeah.
And then Bill just didn't go for it.
Yeah.
But there's him with his man bun. There's memories. I remember that calamari. That was good.
Yeah.
And I remember showing my dad. He was like, "Yeah, you look like a fucking magical leprechaun, and not in a good way, basically." But I remember that night though. After the concert, you and your dad and Nicole and stuff went your own way. Me and Caleb and Bill, for some reason, and I think it was Caleb's idea.
Also, I'm pretty sure my dad is wearing your beanie in this picture. There's a picture of us in the crowd. I don't see you in the picture, but my dad's there in the background, and I'm pretty sure he's wearing your beanie.
Okay, I gave your dad my beanie at some point, but I don't know why. And I'm not there. I'm not in the crowd. Where I might have been.
Yeah, I don't see you in that picture, but.
Or is that my beanie there? I don't know. It looks like he's wearing my beanie.
Looks like he's wearing your beanie.
Did I give you my beanie at one point in that concert, but then proceed to put it back on? Because that's great. Because I love that.
Yeah, it looks like it looks yellow. I mean, there's Dave and Caleb and me. I don't see you.
I don't know where I am. But I do remember that night, dude. Like, it could have gone wrong in so many ways.
Yeah.
Well, because we were drunk.
I have a cool panorama here of the crowd.
Would you post these pictures? We need consent from people.
There's one of you in the background. You see your beanie there.
And that is me wearing my beanie.
That's you wearing his beanie.
Dude.
But the other one
wait. There's Caleb, too, peeking over.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's great. Dude, me and Caleb were joining forces for a while in the mosh pit, but then he left because he was also wearing Chacos or something.
Was he?
Or no, I think he just got tired because he was like out of shape or whatever. He'll probably be pissing me if saying that, but he doesn't really listen to our shit. So Caleb, fight me. But yeah, I was in a lot of pain. Like, dude, honestly, I wasn't in good shape. But like, I was so drunk. Yeah. I just persevered through it. And I was just pushing. Like, I like being the guy in the mosh pit. I'll go into the center of it every once in a while. But I'm usually the guy that's like one of the guys that are the wall of it. You know, that keep the integrity of it. I like being one of those guys.
You got to do a little bit of that. I spent a lot of time in the circle pit.
Yeah,
typically, but
well, I was like the circle part,
and then I'll retreat to the circle part to rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I would always stay around the edge so I could go in when I wanted to.
Yeah, but you can then rest a little bit.
But then be like kind of the barrier. But I remember after that, me, Caleb, and Bill ended up in like East LA at like midnight.
Oh yeah, you guys got like lost.
Yeah, and Caleb's because I
drove back with my dad,
and we went to this fucking sketchy gas station, or no, not even a convenience store. And I just stayed in the truck. Me and Bill stayed in the truck, and Caleb went in there. We're like, "Good luck, man!" Like,
I also remember when I was leaving the show, I was outside the Palladium, waiting to cross the street, and the guitarist walked by, Dennis Casey.
Oh yeah,
and I remember seeing him and just being like, "Dennis, good show," and he was just like, "Thanks." Yeah, I remember it being really awkward. The other time, it was the time at the Forum. I took a picture with
Dave King, man.
Yeah, I'd like to get a
He's
picture
the king.
with him. But I got a picture with Bob Schmidt, the banjo player.
Oh yeah.
And what happened is I had it in video mode on accident, so I clicked video, and then I just wanted a picture, so I went back and like screenshotted the picture. But somewhere in like my cloud saves or something, I have like 4-second video of me with Bob Schmidt, where Bob Schmidt going, I guess it's a video now.
That's great. I love that. Yeah. But yeah, that's one of my recent, like, honestly, like, one of my favorite St. Patrick's Day memories ever. That concert.
I always loved
that whole day.
I always love seeing Flogging Molly, but I love going with friends.
Yeah, well, it's always better with friends. I mean, that always
when I went with
enriches.
you guys, I went one year with my sister, and
Strider was there, wasn't he?
that was up in Denver. I went with my girlfriend.
Denver,
It was not a St. Patty's Day show.
But it was like close to.
No, it was like in the summer.
Oh, okay.
And it was Flogging Molly and Dropkick Murphys.
Nice.
And Strider just was there.
Yeah.
We didn't like meet up with him or anything. He just already had tickets.
That's always good
But
too.
I went one year at an amphitheater, so it was a different type of environment with my sister and one of my high school friends, and that was also fun.
Well, tell me about it. Where's that all at?
Golgo Bordello opened for them.
Nice.
That was really cool. And it was different because it's an amphitheater, so most people are sitting, but it was different, but it was more like you're just hanging out, drinking beer, watching Flogging Molly play instead of moshing. And that was still cool.
Well, yeah, there's things to appreciate that about that too. I mean,
it was the same venue I saw
and
Bob Dylan at.
I remember we had to drive all the way back home.
Oh, yeah.
Like a 13-hour, 14-hour
like
trip.
The next day.
Hungover as shit.
Yeah, it's not a fun drive.
And I remember I drove a good portion of that. I helped out Caleb. I mean,
Yeah.
I drove from like Flagstaff and on for a while.
Yeah, I recently
In
made
his
that-
truck, which I wasn't used to. But on the
Yeah.
highway, I felt comfortable. But besides that, it was like, this fucking thing operates like a brick.
I
like-
recently made that trip, to and from by myself, and that's a long drive, especially if you're driving a truck like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez, man.
My car drives smooth.
Yeah.
Compared
I would
to
hope
that.
so.
At least compared to that.
Yeah, his 94 whatever fucking Chevy.
Chevy. 89.
89? Was it
I
89?
want to say it was 89. I'm not
Dude,
sure.
it handled like
Don't
a...
quote me on that.
Dude, no offense, Caleb. And do you still drive this?
It's dead now.
It's dead?
Yeah.
Well, it drove like a pile of bricks, okay? I remember just trying to maneuver out of the gas station. I was like, holy shit, man. How do you do this like in town all the time?
Yeah.
This sounds
I used to
awful.
borrow it every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's
But
a rough.
we probably have more to tell, but
We don't really have the time.
I'm getting pretty swifty here. And I need to get home and do a little bit more homework. And yeah, that's sad. But don't worry about it. But anyways, yeah, check out God, I'm drunk. I'm getting drunk, guys. Check out our Linktree in the description below.
Yeah.
Check out any of our old episodes that you would like.
Do
We
it.
try to cover a lot of different topics, so there's something in there for you. And yeah.
Yeah.
Give it a download, give it a follow, give it a rating, whatever. It's the Odd Drunk Podcast.
Yeah. Also, go listen to Flogging Molly and
Listen to Flogging Molly. And what's their new song again?
I don't remember, but they just released.
He
a new
doesn't
single.
remember, but Flogging Molly is good. They're honestly for St. Patrick's Day.
Message them on social media, telling them to check out the
Odd Drunk Podcast. Yeah, sponsor us, Flogging Molly. Hey, Dave King, join us on an interview.
We would love to have you as a
Dude,
guest.
I would shit my pants. But honestly, Flogging Molly, the Pogues, Dropkick Murphys, even though they're not really Irish band, they still have the
They're more
vibe.
Boston
They're more
and
Boston punk. But
yeah.
still, those are great bands to listen to. you
Yeah,
know.
the Rumjacks, the Tossers,
yeah.
the Walker Roaders,
Yeah.
and of course, the best of all, the Dubliners.
The Dubliners,
Go
yes.
listen to the Dubliners.
Of course.
Give
If you
Luke
want
Kelly some
just
love.
good tradition. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, there's our St. Patty's Day episode. I hope it was something. But we will see you guys next week.
Yes.
And good luck with your hangovers and stay safe out there. Don't drink and drive. Be smart. Be reasonable people. Be good to each other. In general, please. And that's it. That's about it.
Yes.
I don't have anything else.
I don't. Either.
Do you?
No.
No. So Yeah.
All right, that's it.
That's it. Yeah. Get out of here.
This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. The Odd Drunk Podcast recommends you follow their Instagram and join their Facebook group for more fun content. To visit all of our current streaming and social media platforms, visit the Linktree in the description. If you enjoy the show, we would be appreciated it if you would leave a review on Apple Podcasts. The Odd Drunk Podcast would like to remind you to drink responsibly and not to drink and drive. Okay, Colton, you can roll the outro now.
What are you still doing here?
Yeah, what are you doing here? Why are you still listening? I don't even have my headphones on anymore.
Go to bed.
Yeah, go to bed, man. Jeez. And just stop.